Welcome back to my channel, Surya Shriyan Stories. Today, I will be teaching you how to solve a Rubik's Cube. First, we need to know all of the pieces. This is an edge piece with two sides of two different colors. Next, there's a corner piece. This time it has three sides and all of them are different colors. And there's 6 center pieces, one on each side, and they all don't move and they stay in place, but they're all different colors. So now that you know the pieces, it's time to get solving. There's also another thing to learn, notations. So they're basically the letters for the moves that you do, and you can use them to learn sequences of moves that are called algorithms. So the first is R. That is just moving the right layer up, and then R dash is moving the right layer down. This is L, moving the left layer down, and L dash is moving it back up. Don't get confused. Next, there's U. This is U, and this is U dash. And there's also D. D, D dash. F, F dash, and turn it around. See, it goes clockwise. Clockwise is always normal letter, and the one with the dash is always counterclockwise. So it's gonna be B and B dash. Just learn those notations and then you can start learning the algorithms. There are 8 steps in total. First, you have to finish the white cross like this. Then you have to put all of the corners in their right spots like this. So the first layer will be done. And then you're gonna have to put all the pieces in the second layer like this with an algorithm that you can learn later. And then after that, you get to make the yellow cross, and then you have to fix all of these edges to their corresponding colors. Then you have to permute all of these edges, and then you have to orient them to their right spot. So that is how you solve the cube. So let's start off with the cross. It's good to put the white center on bottom and then start solving. So first you have to find any white edge piece and then match it up with the white center in its spot. So remember, these are not white edge pieces because they have 3 faces. These ones with 2 faces are correct. And this is the easiest case where it's already aligned with the center, and you can just push the front layer 2 times to match it up here. See? Next, you can do the same thing, but sometimes this edge piece is a little further away from its center. So you can move the top layer to fix that. And then you can do the same thing, turn the front layer 2 times. And then this is finished too. But sometimes it's harder than that. Like here, where when you try to match it up, it's flipped out of place, and then you don't know what to do. So instead of doing that, and put it to the side, push the right layer down or left layer. So if you pick to put it on the right side, then put the right side down, and then move this piece to the bottom. But if you pick the left layer, then move the left layer down and move the piece to the bottom. But sometimes when you do that, another cross piece will get affected. So you just move that back. This blue piece got affected in this case. So we moved that back, and this third one is done. And the same thing applies to this last cross edge, which is in the bottom and it's flipped. So we bring it up, move it to one of the sides. This is the left side, so move the left layer down, and then move this piece down again by moving the front layer. And then this red piece got moved away, so we move it down. And then you're finished the cross. If you want to know that you finished your first step properly, look if the centers and edges are matching. The orange center is matched with the orange edge, and same with the white is in the correct spot. So if you just do that same process for all the other edges, then you can see that they're all correct. But if you have a piece like this, then you can see blue center and white edge do not match. So you probably did that wrong. So you go and solve it like this until you finish the cross. Guys, we finished the cross and we're moving on to the first layer. But first, let's put the white centerpiece to our bottom so then we can see all the pieces clearly. So for this step, you have to put all the white corners onto the bottom face. So that means you have to search for a white corner. There's one here. And first, we have to look for the other two faces on the corner, which are green and red. So look where there's green and red centers are meeting, which is right here. So that means we just have to do one algorithm here. This is a simple algorithm. It's R, U, R dash, U dash. Remember this algorithm. It will be good for future cases. And there's also a similar algorithm but with the left-hand side, which is L dash, U dash, L, U. So remember these two algorithms. Next, now it's time to find another white piece. So there's one here, and this corner has white, blue, and orange sides. So we have to look for blue and orange centers. This is green and orange. This is red and green. This is blue and red. But finally, there's blue and orange. Now we have to just do the RU, R dash U dash algorithm. So just repeat it until this goes into here correctly, onto the bottom layer. RU, R dash U dash, 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 RU, R dash U dash. Now it's solved. So repeat that process with the other pieces. Next, it's with this piece. So bring it to the blue and red centers and then do the algorithm. That's solved, and the final piece is here. RU, R dash, U dash. So now the bottom layer is done. But I want to show you a special case that might happen. Sometimes when you look in the top layer, there's no pieces. That means it has to be in a bottom layer. So go to the bottom layer and search where the unsolved piece is. It's right here for us. So just do RU, R dash, U dash and take it out. And then after that, you can solve it normally. Now the first layer is done. For the second layer, you have to find a piece that has no yellow on the top layer. So, and it has to be an edge. So this edge piece has yellow. This has yellow, but this doesn't. So let's start with this one. So first you have to match it to its correct center. So it's a red blue edge piece, and where's the blue center to match it? So it's right here. And then where's the red center? It's right over here. So now you have to do the algorithm. When the other color center that's on the top is on the right side, then you have to do this algorithm. U, R, U dash, R dash, U dash. Turn your cube to the red center or the other center. L dash, U, L. And then you solved it. We solved this pair, the red blue corner and the red blue edge. And now let's do the same thing with this edge because it has no yellow. So match it up with the blue center. But this time the orange center is on the left. So we have to do this algorithm. U dash, L dash, U, L, U, turn your cube towards the orange center, R, U dash, R dash. And now we finish this pair. So continue on with this method, but there will be one problem that might occur. So here we matched it up with the center. Red is on this side, so we do U dash, L dash, U, L, U, turn the cube, R, U dash, R dash. But now we searched on the top layer. There's no piece without yellow. Yellow, 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 yellow. And so the only piece that doesn't have yellow is this one, which we have to flip to solve it. So what do? We have to do an algorithm to take this out. So we just pretend we just want to swap this piece with any of these pieces on the top layer. So let's pick this, and you can use any algorithm. It doesn't matter where you line it up, but I like to use the one with R. U, R, U dash, R dash, U dash. Turn the cube, L dash, U, L. So now we took the piece out, this piece out, and we put this yellow piece in. So now we can continue normally. U, R, U dash, R dash, U dash. Turn the cube, L dash, U, L. And now we're finished 2 layers. Okay, so for this step, there are 4 cases. So for this step, we have to make the cross. So the cross looks like this. We don't care about these corners, so we just have to make a yellow cross. And if it's solved already, then we don't have to do anything, but usually it isn't. So there's 3 cases that aren't the solved ones. The first case of them is the dot, where you just have to do this algorithm. F, R, U, R dash, U dash, F dash. And then you will get this shape, which is an L, a mini L, which only 2 edges are solved. So here, you have to do it like this, where the other solved edge has to go on to your right, or it won't work. Then do the same algorithm. F, R, U, R dash, U dash, F dash. Then you'll get a line, and then you have to hold it horizontally and do that same algorithm. F, R, U, R dash, U dash, F dash, and you finish the cross. You won't always start on the dot case. You could even start on the L case like here, or the line case, or a cross, but just do the algorithms from there. So after you're done the cross, you want to make sure that all of the yellow edges are solved to their corresponding centers, just like you did for the first step of the white cross. If only one of the edges are solved, turn the upper layer until at least 2 are solved. Then there's 2 cases. One where both solved edges are right beside each other, where you have to hold it, one solved edge on your back and one on your left. And then you do this algorithm. R, U2, R dash, U dash, R, U dash, R dash. And then you do another U dash. And then all of the edges will be finished. But there's one more case that you can get where edges that are solved are not beside each other, but opposite to each other. When they're opposite to each other, then you have to hold it on any side that isn't the solved side, and then do the same algorithm. R, U2, R dash, U dash, R, U dash, R dash. And do a U dash. And then flip the top layer until 2 of them that are beside each other are solved, and then do the same case as I told you before. Hold it like the solved edge on back and the solved edge on your left, and then do R, U2, R dash, U dash, R, U dash, R dash, U dash. Then you're finished, all of the edges aligned with their centers. Now we have to put all of the corners in their right spots. Remember, now we only have 4 pieces left to finish. So look for a corner that's in its right spot. This corner is not. This corner is not because it's blue and orange, but this is green and orange. This is red and green, but this is blue and orange. But this is correct because it's blue and blue, red and red. So we just have to do this algorithm here, holding the solved piece but not oriented correctly onto our right and towards us. L dash, U, R, U dash, L, U, R dash, and then U dash to finish it off. Check if all of the pieces are done, or solved in their correct spots. Orange and orange, green and blue do not match. Green, green, red, orange don't match. Orange, red, blue, green don't match. So we have to do it again, holding the solved piece in the same spot. L dash, U, R, U dash, L, U, R dash, U dash. And now all the pieces are in their place. How do you know? Because green, green, orange, orange, red, red, green, green, blue, blue, red, red, and this one is already solved. So we finished this step. But I want to show you another case that might happen. Here, if we looked for a piece that is a corner that is solved, red, orange, green, blue, blue, green, red, orange, orange, red, blue, green, and red, orange, blue, green, and red. None of them are solved. So we just do the algorithm anywhere. So L dash U R U dash L U R dash U dash. And then something has to be solved. Green, green, orange, orange. And then you continue on from there. L dash U R U dash L U R dash U dash. And now all of them are solved. And we continue to our last step until we solve the Rubik's Cube. For this last step, which is orienting all the corners, we have to flip the cube back down again, so the white center faces up. Now, do the algorithm that we learned before on the pieces that aren't solved. So this is already solved, so we don't have to do that. So this piece isn't solved, so let's try to twist it. R, U, R dash, U dash, R, U, R dash, U dash, R, U, R dash, U dash, R, U, R dash, U dash. We finished this piece, so let's turn the bottom layer to the next piece and then do the same thing. R, U, R dash, U dash, R, U, R dash, U dash, R, U, R dash, U dash, R, U, R dash, U dash. And then do that with this final piece over here too. Move the bottom layer once again, and then do R, U, R dash, U dash. R, U, R dash, U dash, R, U, R dash, U dash, R, U, R dash, U dash, R, U, R dash, U dash. And then sometimes this top layer and this upper layer won't be correct. So we move them into place, and then we solve the Rubik's Cube. Yay! Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for the advanced method. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye!